Microsoft also made a small announcement. For those of you who haven't bought Minecraft yet, including me, Minecraft is now on the Xbox.
I have no idea why, but because I'm a huge sap for that game, I'm probably going to buy it just to see.
Although from my understanding, they haven't added anything new to it, they just posted it on Xbox, so I don't know if there'll be any point to that. But
yeah. One of my friends is going to do it. I might try it out if there's maybe a demo, just to see what it looks like. It probably doesn't look any different because the LEGO graphics are kind of its thing. But yeah, other than that, I'm probably going to stick to the computer.
Fair enough. And we might as well get to the big two, which I bet everyone's been wishing I would stop dancing around and get to already. There were two consoles announced. The first one we kind of already knew about, the NGP or whatever, but it's now been renamed the Playstaion Vita.
Well, it's better than the Wii.
That's true, yes. I'll get into that in a moment. But yeah, the Playstaion Vita, which is Sony's new portable, and admittedly, I was never really particularly interested in this one. This isn't really out of fanboyism or anything, because there have been many games on the PlayStation 2 that interested me, the PlayStation 3 not so much, but I've honestly never been interested in Sony portables, because frankly, say what you want about Nintendo, but their portables have outclassed everyone, and they always will, frankly, so...
Yeah, well, 3DS is kind of questionable to me still, but at least they have some good games coming out.
Yeah, indeed. But the thing about that is, from what I can tell, I decided to read up on it, and the PlayStation Vita has exactly the same stuff. It has 3D. It has augmented reality, it has a camera, and I suppose one new feature they have is that apparently it has voice chat or something like that. Although, then again, I've just mentioned that they had voice chat in Star Fox, but maybe it's a more advanced system, I don't know. But to be honest, I kept reading it, and the one thing that kept going in the back of my head was, this looks a lot like the 3DS, minus one screen.
I don't know why they're trying to follow the 3DS. Frankly, to me, the PSP was always better in the first place. Nothing's going to be the original DS, but hey.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I guess what you could say one problem is having to keep it perfectly still, but as far as I know, when you turn the 3D off, that problem completely disappears. But I think the only problem I have with the 3DS currently is that most of the games coming onto it just seem to be ports, which is great because there are some games like Metal Gear Solid 3, which I wasn't able to play. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some new games. That's why the new Mario platform and Mario Kart excited me, because they're the first, completely original titles for the 3DS that I've actually seen announced for the damn thing.
Basically to me, all I hope for the PlayStation Vita is that they make their graphics look less like they're still made of polygons.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Considering the 3DS can now play something like Metal Gear Solid 3 on it, yeah, they'd better boost the graphical power if they want to succeed.
Yeah, because I swear, some of those graphics on the PSP, I played it for a while, and some of them suck so bad.
And now on to something that's going to slightly more entertain me as a Donkey Kong and by extension a Nintendo fan. Nintendo's brand new console, the Wii 1.5, or as it's more accurately known... the Wii U.
Yes, it's a siren.
Oh jeez, that's actually the more polite running jokes I've heard. Oh jeez. I actually do like the idea behind the Wii U, and I'll get into the positives in a moment. And I also do like Nintendo as a company, but with the whole Wii generation, I find their names so utterly patronizing and pretentious. It's annoying, because I was watching the conference when they announced it live, and oh my god. Okay, the reason why it's called the Wii, for those who don't know, is the idea that it's meant to symbolize the unity is bringing. We play together, we have fun, etc, etc. It's just really annoyed me, because eventually I got used to it, and I'll probably get used to the Wii U as well. But the thing is, with the Wii, it's a really ridiculous name. It confuses the new audience, which, let's be honest, that was what they were aiming for in the first place, so they've already kind of made a failure there. And beyond the conference or the initial pitch, there's nothing to explain the bloody title. I mean, you could have at least used that as the set of your marketing campaign. We stand united, we stand together, we will conquer evil, we are monkeys, we like cooking, I don't know. You could have at least used it in that. I mean, they never used it again. And The reason why it's called the Wii U is because, this is sort of a summarization of Reggie's quote. Yes, we have fun together, but what about you? We want to deliver an experience that you can enjoy.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's the entire reason why it's called the Wii U. Because they want to make it an experience about you, etc. I have never seen a more pretentious system for naming consoles in my entire effing life.
Wow, I've seen Dragon Force song titles less pretentious.
But yeah, ignoring the really ridiculous names that are so easy to make fun of and yet so pretentious at the same time, the Wii U, contrary to popular belief, it's not just the controller, it's just that the controller was what they were showing off. It is its own separate console, which looks like a slightly fatter Wii. And basically, the gimmick is that the controller, well, it's kind of an interesting mix. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, it's a tablet. It's got like an extra screen like a DS. It's not quite like that. And I think a lot of people in their whole range of, oh no, it's not a straight up controller, have actually missed the point of a lot of it. And that's actually why I'm excited, because, okay, to go on a slight tangent, the reason why the DS was a lot more successful than the Wii was because it's got balance. It's got the options for both innovation and regular gameplay. You know, for every absolutely amazing DS title that uses the dual screens and the touch screen for the controls, there are plenty of games which just use the standard controls of the A button and the move around, etc. Like New Super Mario Bros. As an example. That you can just use the normal controls to move around. And essentially, the Wii U, that's what it's attempting to do. Basically, you've got the innovation of this screen in the middle, which is a touch screen apparently. So you can use that for the innovation of an optional view or anything one like that. But it has the setup of a standard controller. It has the two shoulder buttons. It has the two joysticks. It has the D-pad. It has 4 buttons. So it can be used like a normal controller. Nightingale himself has commented that the whole idea behind the Wii U is that it's meant to unite the traditional gaming audiences and the new audiences that prefer the innovation. And the idea is it's created a balance, which means you'll get a lot more content, because the main problem with the Wii is that if you don't want to try and use the motion controls, you're stuck. The only other thing you can do is either say you have to get the classic controller for it or flip it on its side. There's not a lot that developers can fall back on. With this, if the developer just wants to make a straight-up port of another game or something, they can just say, well, okay, right, we'll send it to the buttons and then we'll have, I don't know, a menu screen down there or something, and can just move on with that. That's why a lot of the games that have been announced for it are straight-up ports. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm unbelievably excited that you can get Batman Arkham City on the Wii U. And a new Tekken, but yeah, that's essentially the entire point. The fact that there is the option for both of the traditional gameplay and the ridiculous innovation stuff means that you'll get a lot more variety of content for the Wii U than the Wii U could ever dream of having.
Well, because you just explained that, you kind of diffused an entire rant I was going to go on about the whole touchscreen system, because at the time, I didn't really realize that it wasn't going to be a stuck console like the Wii with a gimmick you cannot get away from. But I still do have one problem with it, and that's the fact if it's a game where it relies both on the controller and the touchscreen, I don't have 3 hands.
Yeah, I will admit that is a problem. If it tries to do too many things at once, it could get confusing. I will admit that some of the gimmicks they have advertised are a bit pointless, I'm sorry to say. Like, the whole example they had in the demonstration of rubbing your hands across the fire shurikens, I can see that going horribly wrong in so many ways. It's... Although I've kind of ignored people who write on, I will admit also the shape of the controller itself could have been a lot better. I mean, they kind of gone for the tablet shape. I mean, it looks like the DS, and those are comfortable to hold, so it may be okay, but it's not the most user-friendly shape, I will have to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of a block.
Yeah, that's the best way to sum it up. The other pointless gimmick, well, 2 pointless gimmicks. One is the whole putting online videos onto the TV. I do not understand why that's necessary at all.
Yeah, me either.
And the other feature is, it's trying to fix a problem that I've never had before. Like, oh, well, you no longer need a TV. You can transfer your game from the TV onto the screen, which means you can walk around anywhere in the house. Yay, awesome. Too bad I actually have a second TV in my room designed solely for the console, so I never have this problem. Ever.
Yeah.
I can understand it might be useful in some cases, but really I cannot see that much use for it in all honesty.
Yeah, same, really.
I mean, I've just got an old secondary TV here. It's not like I had a lot of money to burn. This is just an old TV we had before we replaced it. In fact, I'm staring at it right now. It's a really old, blocky TV. It's so old, part of the reason why I've never got Dazzle is that it doesn't have enough connecting points in order to fit all the wires. So the entire gimmick's completely pointless, my needs, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned too, from my point of view, same.